What's up, bro?
What's up, man? What's up, Dylan? What's up, bro? I'm just jamming to that music, man. It's so good, brother.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Station.
I like it more and more.
I know. Like, yeah. Let's let everybody know the theme song for Dylan's horror show. I picked, but Dylan was like, "Oh, dude, I don't like it." But nah, bro, I told you.
I
That's
like
the
it. But yo, who would lie and say that a dope ass like synth rock song or something would be cool for it? I just like that better.
Yeah, that looks better. No, the other one.
What? This one?
Yeah, I think that looks better, don't you?
I want to make these words like how that font looks. You see that?
I told you I got the font to send you. I just got to send it to you, my brother.
Yeah,
my bad.
My buddy JB, like this is like an overlay. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a background. That's you see how like I'll take that.
Yeah, but I got backgroundless text for you. So you do you, brother. I don't care. It's your show. I'm just here.
Whatever.
Hey, welcome to Dylan's Horror Show, everybody.
Yes, sir. Good to be here.
I feel like we just went live for 2 hours.
I know. Maybe even a little bit more than 2 hours. But yeah, dude. So today will be a good one to talk about Stuart Gordon, man. Rest in peace, man, to a damn horror icon, in my opinion, bro.
I agree.
What is it? Let me see. What was he born August 11th, 1947. Died March 24th, 2020. Only 72 years old, too, man. I was watching a recent interview, too, man. And, you know, because he was kind of big guy and he started losing some weight towards the end.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you know. But damn icon, man.
When I watched In Search of Darkness, it pained me to see him in that, you know, because I watched it this last year. And it hasn't even been a year since he's passed. And I just feel like we've never really been, I feel like he's a horror director that's never really been truly appreciated in his lifetime. You know, like aside from one movie, but like his entire catalog, I think is filled with horror treasure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, honestly, man, like, he really transcended the genre. Like he took it to the next level. I honestly feel like, you know, like there was the slasher shit, all that stuff was going on, but this man, like, dude, he took it to a whole new level, man. And they put it out you know, like his first movie, ReAnimator, threw it out there unrated, you know, and I think it was N17, obviously, and still, man, just did some good things, bro.
I love it because what he did, especially starting out in the 80s, he was hitting this point where every horror movie tries to outdo the last one, right? Every single one tries to outdo the last one. And you can never outdo a Stuart Gordon film because he breaks the rules. You're not allowed to kill children. You're not allowed to like have sex and violence tied too far into each other. And you're not allowed to kill animals. He breaks those rules all the time. The famous line is, he says, people always say less is more. I always say more is more, right? Like, and he has a theatrical background. So on the stage in the theater, you got to be more exuberant, more extravagant. In every single horror film he does, he attempts to outdo what he's already done. And he keeps pushing the envelope and he ties it together. So the idea of escalation with the gore, with the sex, with the violence, but he ties it into a classic sense. His movies to me feel more like universal horror than other things, right? Because he has done a lot of Lovecraft work. And to me, the only director who really understands it. Get what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, bro. So we can wait a second to talk about Stuart Gordon.
Well, you started, brother.
You know, but that's just the intro, bro. That's just the intro to give our respects to the man. But I was gonna say, is there any news in the horror community this week?
There was some kind of Valentine themed Blumhouse movie coming out, but I didn't watch the trailer.
Is there? I didn't see it. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but apparently they're doing these Shudder exclusive horror themed, like holiday themed horror movies, and they're doing a Valentine's Day one.
It's on Shudder.
I think it's on Shudder. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's Hulu. I think it's Hulu actually.
You said it's a monthly around it was Hulu because they were doing that for a while. I thought they canceled it though, because now they're doing the same thing.
Well, I'll look it up real quick and see.
Amazon, but it's more like it's not based around the months. It's just like horror movies. Because not Blumhouse is connected with Amazon now, bro. There's like they dropped like 4 movies that were Amazon.
The whole thing's called. It's a holiday anthology series. It's called Into the Dark. That's what it is. Yeah,
they already got 2 seasons.
Yes, and so they're doing. It's returning with a Valentine's Day themed episode.
Nice.
And they have a trailer out for it.
They're returning. Awesome, dude.
Yeah, there's a Valentine's themed episode. It debuts. Keep going because I'm looking it up. I'll be your Jamie Joe.
There's a Thanksgiving one too.
I've never watched any. It comes out on Hulu. It's called Tentacles, and it debuts on February 12th, the night that we're doing My Bloody Valentine on PCP Movie Night. The night before we do Valentine here on Dylan's Horror Show. Mm-hmm. So then I guess we'll talk about that too. Like, right? We'll do Valentine and maybe we'll watch that and talk about it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I watched probably 90% of all those.
I haven't seen
like 1 or 2 I didn't watch towards the end.
Are they good?
None of them are like amazing, but they're all like the funny thing is, like, and I used to watch this other reviewer. I still watch him, but he used to say, he's like, all of these, he's like, I always get excited, because they're based in the month or what holiday. And he's like, none of them are bad. He's like, but they're all just okay. He's like, but there's like a couple good ones. There's one where this girl gets like a pet dog and he ends up being kind of like this. You can't even really explain it. The only thing I could describe is almost like a thing dog, where like this dog is like low key eating people, and so like she's like she loves it. Looks like a regular little dog, like I don't know, like a little terrier or something. Her people just start disappearing every now and then. You know what I'm saying? She's like, and then it's like, oh shit, like, but it's really funny. I think it has the girl from the recent 2018 Halloween, Karen. The one who plays Laurie Strode's daughter. You know what I'm talking about? I can't think of her name.
She was in Arrested Development.
I think so.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Say goodbye to these, Michael. Say goodbye to these. I'm excited to check them out. And then Chamorro Cinema reminds us that you were the one that put me on this. Tell us about that Frankenstein NECA coming. What's going on with that?
Oh, dude. So I saw that. I don't know where. So when you bought In Search of Darkness 2, it links you in with a Discord. You get like hooked into their Discord chat, and I was just going through it, and somebody posted that, and it was an article saying that NECA acquired a deal to do the Universal Monster figures. Man, I wish I had it pulled up on here already.
And they did an IG post that you sent me.
Yeah, they did that IG post and the Frankenstein. That's the only one they've shown, and that looks like an Ultimate figure too. So, dude, imagine that in one of those boxes, bro. Come on, and they get all of them like a Bela Lugosi Dracula, Lon Chaney Werewolf, Boris Karloff.
Dude, let's do Werewolf of London. Let's do Invisible Man. Let's do variants. Let's do an Ultimate Frankenstein, an Ultimate Bride of Frankenstein, an Ultimate Son of Frankenstein. Like, come on. I'll buy them all. And how cool would it be to have them in scale?
Mummy, Boris Karloff mummy, bro. Come on. You know,
like the Mummy and Imhotep.
Yeah.
And then give us a Karis figure. We've never gotten a really good Karis figure. Karis, you know, from the other Mummy movies. Come on. I'm ready for this, dude. And to be in scale, so you can put them up next to your NECA Michael Myers or your Jason or your Freddy or your Sam or your Pennywise or your, you know what I'm saying? Like that's dope. That's dope. I hope they do colored and black and white versions.
Dude, that one looked like it was a black and white. And to be honest, I'd rather have the black and white. If we get any, I'd rather get black and white before color.
I want both, my friend.
I just hope they do it right, because you know sometimes it can look a little weird. But yeah, I want both too. That's the sad part.
Have you pulled up the image yet? Have you pulled up the image yet?
Creature from the Black Lagoon. No, I was trying to pull it.
Yeah, Creature. Are you pulling it up, or do you need me to?
Yeah, I can. if you can faster. But
okay,
go for it. Probably in like a minute. Less. I'm already on Instagram now. I just gotta find it.
All right, I got it.
Then do it.
Hold on, I lost it.
Well, because everyone I sent it to now, like I sent it to Jim earlier, and he just sent me a bunch of pictures of other NECAs. So
there it is.
Yeah, I got it now.
I got it, man. Look at that.
Oh, now we both got it. Oh, I gotta take that off. Dude, my dog always has to complain.
Look at that,
dude.
Oh, that's better than the Diamond Selects they did like 20 years ago.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta think about how NECA is, and like, I really hope like they add like the old school like cover or something. You know what I'm saying? Like the old school cover art, like on the box, bro. Like, I don't want them to just like throw the Frankenstein face on there. Like, I want the old school art, bro. Like, that would be so fucking dope, bro.
Bro, it's gonna be so good. I want to get all the black and white versions as well as color, but then put the black and whites on a nice like background, paint it up. You know.
Oh, you didn't even mention Creature from the Black Lagoon. Like, come on, bro. Those would be all incredible. Incredible. The way that they work, man, like their stuff is so good, bro. It's like, just take my money, bro. Like,
yeah, no kidding.
Jim, bro, is buying like probably like 5 of each, bro. My man is like, he is a hardcore collector of all the NECA stuff, bro.
It's probably a wise move, man.
Dude, they're really cool, bro. Honestly, I think they are the most detailed figures on the market, like that are in a reasonable price.
Yeah.
You know, like everything, you know, Hot Toys and stuff, those things are ridiculous. But NECAs are so detailed, but they're still at a great price point, you know.
Yeah, that figure right there looks absolutely beautiful. It almost looks like an image from the film, does it not?
It does, dude. That's what I'm saying. So the way I'm looking at it, looks like it could just be a Photoshop, but I think that they're going to release a black and white line first. You know, I'm sure, like, you know.
I bet they're doing both. I bet they're doing both at the same time. I'm serious. Why would they not, man? You double your money.
Yeah.
Like, people will buy more than one just to get the colorized.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna release one black and white and one color, but at a time. So we're probably gonna, because this is the only one we've seen. I mean, unless they unveil some more, it might just start with Frankenstein, and then we'll get Dracula hopefully or something. But dude, they better do.
Oh, Dracula's next, bro. You know Dracula's next. Then probably Wolfman, Gillman, Mummy Bride,
I got
Invisible Man.
Oh, dude, Invisible Man.
And a variant where like he's just wearing clothes.
Maybe they'll even I'm trying to think. What are those guys? The guys that did the shorts with the comedy movies. I can't think of their name. Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
I
would love a NECA Abbott and Costello, and then those versions here's cool. Like do all the Boris Karloff Frankensteins. But you know what I'd like to see a figure of? The Glenn Strange Frankenstein monster. You know, that was in Abbott and Costello, that was in that was in House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula. Like Glenn Strange is as much of Frankenstein's monster to me as Karloff too. So I think they got a whole world to play with if they've made the entire Universal license. And if they're doing the Frankenstein monster, they do. And here's the thing, you ready? How about a NECA version of Victor Frankenstein? Right? Like of Colin Clive as Frankenstein. Oh my goodness. Come on. Give me a Dr. Pretorius from Bride of Frankenstein. Like give me a Rainfield from Dracula. Like there's more you can do. It's awesome.
They need to do like a Frankenstein, accessory set where you get like a table and everything, and you'd have, like Dr. Frankenstein, having like hooking them up, and you do like a whole diorama set. Like, oh dude, like people go all out with that stuff. It's sad to say though, like
we're telling them right now what to do. I hope someone from NECA's watching this, because literally this is all you have to do to make a lot of money.
Send me free NECAs. Send me free NECAs.
Yeah, send us free ones. We'll show them off every week. Well, every week we'll be like show and tell presented by NECA.
Dude, people like look at everyone agrees the Dracula would be sick. Like,
dude,
I just pray they get. I mean, if they're getting the Universal rights, they gotta be able to do the Bela Lugosi one. Like it has to be done. I mean, and dude, just imagine the interchangeable faces, like one just like regular, and then one like with the hiss.
With the mummy, I want a mummy where he's just in his sarcophagus, right? But an multiple head, one with eyes open and one with eyes closed, right? Yes. Come on.
Yes.
I would literally put that up in the background on the stream and like change out the heads in between cuts and see if anybody notices.
You know what? I know you want this too. Christopher Lee Dracula, that with it, and an interchangeable head, whereas like
Peter Cushing Frankenstein
with the blood coming out, like you'll have the bloodshot eyes and then the blood coming out of his mouth. That would
if they did Hammer figures at NECA, I would lose my fucking mind. I'd buy all the Brides of Dracula, every single one of them, bro.
I'm surprised Scream Factory has a lot of them Hammer like edition Scream Factory.
I haven't jumped into those yet. I was focusing on 80 slashers for some reason.
Dude, there's too much, bro. Like, and we're just like kind of getting back to it. Like, I watch guys and they're getting movies, like they've been collecting them for years now, and it's just never enough, bro. Like, you're gonna keep getting more and more and more, Yeah. It's not. There's just so many ones that I missed out on that I want to get before they either sell out or, you know what I'm saying, or just go up in price, So that's the one thing.
One more thing about toys. I don't know of any Gary Oldman Dracula toys coming from NECA, but they are doing pops that they just announced of the Gary Oldman Dracula movie. So they got some really cool pops coming out for that movie. So, but lots of different versions of Dracula.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. And a NECA figure too.
They also got pops coming out of the 90s Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, but then they got a mummy where he's like his jaws like going down and all. He's surrounded by sand. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm not really into Funkos too much anymore. I know I have a bunch behind me, but I want to get rid of a lot of them, and I just gotta get the time to start do the research and list some of them. But I love the NECAs, bro. That's just what's got. I'm just like, bro. So I want to make room, get rid of some of these Funkos, make room so I can throw some more Blu-rays up and the NECAs. That's all I want, like the Blu-rays and NECAs. That's what I'm at right now.
Yeah, I get you, man, but I'm gonna get me a Gary Oldman Dracula pop, and I'm gonna get the Mummy pop, and here I just got the last night opened up the Officer Mac pop.
You're getting you a Brendan Fraser.
No, I'm just gonna get the Mummy.
You're getting Brendan Fraser.
No, I'm just gonna get the Mummy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get the Mummy, and then I'll probably sell it within a year.
Me and Robbie are waiting for the New Blood Jason 2, bro.
That's my favorite Jason, man.
I can't wait.
Oh, that's my favorite Jason.
Blade 2 Vampire NECA.
Give me a Blade 1 and a Blade 2. No, give me a Blade 1 and a Blade 2 Hasbro Marvel Legend. That's what I want.
McFarlane back in the day, he did a Blade 2 vampire. Like he did the main vampire.
They didn't do. I don't remember them doing toys for the second Blade movie, but they did do them for the first one. I have a Blade.
No, I thought it was just like that figure, just that one guy. I could be wrong though.
I think
it could be a different brand. I think you're wrong.
Hold on. I do have that Blade figure though from the first movie.
Do you? You're lucky.
You want me to prove it?
Yeah, prove it. Just
I got a Blade pop as well.
Yeah, I never got it. I want the figure. I'm waiting for a Wesley Snipes NECA.
You not talking to anybody while I was gone, Dylan?
I was reading chats, bro. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I had that. I had that when I was a kid. And I
don't have the others. I want them, but
I had that, dude. I love that shit, bro. I destroyed the fuck out of it.
Blade 2 would have made some great action figures with the entire blood pack and everything, like all those dudes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That'd have been amazing. So there's my first piece of show and tell anyway.
Nice, bro. But yeah, I think that was all on the news, bro.
Yeah, man. That was a nice segment, Dylan. We literally had nothing planned for that segment. We just fucking freeballed that, bro.
Yeah.
That just goes to show us that 4 episodes in, we got this.
We got this, bro.
No awkward talk tonight about Slumber Party Massacre.
Yeah. So I guess we are starting on the talk for Stuart Gordon. So what year did ReAnimator come out in?
85.
85. Damn, I would have thought that was a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you would have thought, but it's not. It's 85. Because I mentioned it in it was like, wasn't it my pick for 85 horror? Maybe it wasn't. I don't think it was. No, I picked Day of the Dead. Same year Day of the Dead came out.
Oh, yeah.
85 is a good solid year. I think it's the last great solid year of, 87 was the last great solid year of horror in the 80s, I think. But 85 was a really good year.
There was some good stuff in 88.
Some okay stuff and some good stuff, but less good stuff in 88 compared to 85. Would you not agree, young man? Because believe it or not, I was there. I was 4. I was.
You were there. Yeah, so we already know, man, because we reviewed this one on your channel. Oh, my damn dog, bro. He's always acting a fool.
That's what dogs do.
So tell him how much you love ReAnimator while I get this idiot.
I absolutely love ReAnimator. It is by far my favorite Stuart Gordon film. Of course, it came out in 1985. It is so in your face. It is so funny. It has got a beautiful sense of pace and color in the film. Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West is a revelation. Everybody else in the film is fantastic. Barbara Crampton, we're obviously huge fans of hers here. We'll talk about them. Bruce Abbott does a great job as Dan. I really like it. David Gale, who plays John Carey as an evil mad scientist college professor. I think that it's absolutely amazing. It's a great cast. It's got this great balance between truly gruesome, in-your-face horror and comedy. And it's tragic and funny at the same time. And it's very serious. It's got a great ending. And I think Stuart Gordon knows how to adapt Lovecraftian ideas for the 80s audience, at least. And he did it very well with the tying in of everything to Miskatonic University. That all starts here, obviously. But
he killed in the 90s too with it, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but it starts here in the 80s. It starts with ReAnimator. And it's a brilliant film. And he's able to keep that balance and push the envelope. And he does something in every movie that shouldn't be done on film. And this one, the head giving head scene, for instance. Yeah. But it's done, you remember it more vividly and more viscerally than it is actually shown, right? But there is a lot shown, right? And he kills a cat in the movie. That's the rule. You don't kill animals. He kills so many cats in movies, man. It's depressing how many animals die in a Stuart Gordon movie. But his whole style starts with ReAnimator. And even things like, he wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and that whole franchise, right? But you can even understand the sense of humor in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and how it can relate to ReAnimator. And it all starts there. And to me, it's his best film.
ReAnimator is his best film?
Yeah, to me.
Wow, swinging out the gates. Yeah, man, it's hard, man. It's hard because I like his first 3 films. I love so much, bro. So much. Like, I can watch them. I have and I can watch them like whenever. From, just how funny ReAnimator is. Like it's nothing like I heard somebody said they were gonna remake it or something, and it's like you can't remake it. You can't remake it because then they're gonna put it out PG-13 or something too. It's like you cannot remake this, bro. Like this is a masterpiece. That's why I'm just so sick of that's why the 80s were so great, and that's why these guys were such pioneers, bro, in the industry because they didn't do remakes. I mean, yeah, some did. Some did, but even the remakes that they did, most of the time they were such farther swings than what came before it. Like John Carpenter's thing, it's vastly different than, the original one. Similar, but, Carpenter actually took that from a totally different story and just kind of took that idea for real, But I think ReAnimator is just a masterpiece, bro. And just to come out of the gates, they're like, he didn't know what the hell he was doing, really. He came from theater, and he got, one of the greatest director of photography, I believe it was, to, come in and help, and just really help lead this movie, where it needed to go. Like, he saw Stuart's vision, because Stuart was, kind of, I get, he wanted what he wanted. And, he wanted the angle he wanted, but he didn't know better to be like, hey, this will make your producer a lot happier if you shoot it from this way or something. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
yeah. But he followed that advice. He didn't come in there with this big head. Exactly. Like, I'm this big guy because I'm in charge and I don't know what I'm doing. Like, he learned, and that was something that he kept refining his craft. And what's crazy, though, is I really feel like that collaboration, and I do believe he collaborated with that guy multiple times, right?
Yeah.
But I think, and he collaborated with a lot of people. I mean, part of Stuart Gordon's success is Dennis Paoli and Brian Yuzma, and Richard Band, Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, like
Charles Band. Both Band brothers were always heavily influenced. That's the thing. A lot of times, like Stuart Gordon made an empire, and like the movies that Charles Band did, like Stuart Gordon's movies are top tier. They go above and beyond what Puppet Master was. If you watch Dolls, that's what Puppet Master wishes it was. I'm sorry, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we got a sequel of Dolls done by Stuart Gordon, it'd be a lot better than Puppet Master.
Dolls is like if Gremlins had balls, is what Dolls is.
I still like Puppet Master, but everyone knows Full Moon, bro, is like, you know what I'm saying? They can be
Yeah,
Dual
subspecies.
Exactly. They're fun. They're pure fun. That's it.
But you're right. Castle
They're
Freak stands
entertaining.
above those. You know,
Yeah,
like even Castle Freak stands above those.
exactly. It's just Stuart Gordon. It's sad that he kind of, but because he was an indie filmmaker, but he made some of the best stuff, man.
He always
And
stayed indie though, man. He tried to
he did,
he had some moderate success with some
he did
sci-fi
that little bit
films.
with Disney. That he had that stuff with Disney too
Yeah.
for a little bit, you know.
He did that, and then he did Fortress was a moderate success, I guess, and Robot Jocks is kind of a B movie remembered in
Yeah.
sci-fi fans. So we did some great sci-fi work as well. Space Truckers. We're not
That's
gonna really get too deep in those tonight, but
I mean, you know, I think a lot of his stuff is, I guess you would say, like science horror, because all his stuff, you know, ReAnimator. That's about, you know, like, or, you know what I mean, like you know, kind of like Evil Doctors or whatever, you know. From Beyond even has that same, you know, atmosphere, but freaking, yeah, ReAnimator, man, is just perfect movie, bro. I love it so much. And Jeffrey Combs, man, it's just that's the one thing too. Stuart Gordon is awesome. It is, you know, his vision and everything, but like you said, he had collaboration. It don't take just one guy to make a movie. It takes a whole lot of people, and I'm sure those indie movies are harder than a lot of movies to make. You know, they ain't got much money, and they're working overtime for no money. You know, so.
yeah.
But I think you know, what came out was just a masterpiece.
I agree.
And then it shows when you can't remake that. That's how good it is. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of movies that they don't remake, you know? What's up, TK?
Yeah, I think if they try to remake it today, they would just completely miss it. Just completely.
Yeah, it wishes it was Nightbreed, no doubt. But yeah, so we all agree that's a masterpiece. So next, you know, he comes out the gate swinging because he was kind of a little mad that ReAnimator was so far seen as like a comedy. You know, it's hilarious. So he wanted to be more. Everyone says that when they got on the set, because a lot of people that were on the ReAnimator set were on the From Beyond set, but I don't know. Were both of those made like overseas, over like in Europe? I forget. I know From Beyond was in like Italy or something, you know. And
I think so. I think a lot of his films were made in Europe.
Yeah, well, that's where they had that, and because it was cheap to make over there too. Just Charles Band. That's where he set up one of his headquarters, you know.
Yeah.
But From Beyond is a little bit more serious. A
lot more sexual.
Which I'm not gonna say I don't hate.
No, I mean, but like in a good way, it's exploring some things because it's exploring the idea of this other dimensional energy, kind of like basically titillating the pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? And it's aggravating these aggressive sexual feelings and desires in the people, and it's really, really interesting. It's a really interesting adaptation of the Lovecraft story that I think is the best looking Stuart Gordon film we've ever had, Dylan.
Yeah, dude, and probably the best practical effects too. I would definitely say, you know, definitely. I always want to say I don't know if that's Screaming Mad George, but it definitely gives off that vibe. You know, the guy who did Society and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is, but God, the makeup effects are incredible. The color palette in that movie, you know, with the pinks and the purple.
It looks like a Lovecraft film. I mean, like an Argento film almost.
Oh yeah. And the thing, and then it being shot in Italy too, kind of makes it, you know. But yeah, man, that movie I absolutely love, man. That's the thing. Like, it's hard to say what I watch more, man. I probably watch ReAnimator more, just because it's got the more comedic feel. But I just love From Beyond, man. Love it. That's why I said like his first 3 films, man, are just, oh my god, I love them so much. I watched them probably watched them like 100 times or more.
Yeah, I love it. One of my favorite things about From Beyond is that you're bringing in Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton again, right? Playing completely different roles than they're playing in ReAnimator, right? Like Barbara Crampton has a lot more to do with the narrative of this story.
Yeah,
and I think she plays it very well. And then you bring in Ken Foree, right? And so it's always a pleasure to see him. Any horror alum. Yeah, from Dawn of the Dead. And Ted Sorrell, who's like he's pretty much a soap opera star, does a great job of playing the villain in this movie. He's kind of another version of the villain from ReAnimator, but in a different way. And like you said, the special effects are amazing, and the color, the cinematography. This movie is amazing. It's all like neon pinks and purples and blues, and it's a striking film to watch. It's unnerving and unsettling in the best possible ways. And just once again, Barbara Crampton, she's a hottie, man.
Yes, she is. Whew. And I ain't gonna lie, she's a big reason why these movies got rewatched so much.
I bet.
I love her, man. And it's sad to say, man, what happened after Castle Freak to her career, man. It's crazy to me too. Especially if you hear her too, when she said she felt like she finally understood acting, and she's like, I'm at the top of my performance, like I'm at my best, and then she just stopped getting calls. I was like, wow. But it's cool that she's come back too, bro. Like she was in I think it was that You're Next.
Yeah,
that was her first debut back, and that was a big hit, man. So that was really cool, bro.
Yeah, she's an incredible performer in these films.
Oh yeah, bro.
All the way through. Castle Freak, she's amazing in that one. She's just really good in all of these films and everything I've ever seen her in. She's not just absolutely gorgeous. She is just a really legitimately great actor.
I agree, bro. I agree.
I would say.
Yeah, but always Jeffrey Combs too, bro. But Barbara Crampton has a totally reverse role. She plays like Jeffrey Combs's role in From Beyond, so it's cool as hell to see him do that reverse role.
It was great. I thought that was a nice touch.
I agree, bro. So we agree. From Beyond, another masterpiece. 2 for 2.
So far, we're on the same wavelength, Dylan.
I agree. Dolls, bro. I know you got some good things to say about this one.
Well, Dolls, I think, was initially the movie he wanted to do after ReAnimator, right? And then there was something involved with.
I think it was like Dagon or a similar fish story.
Because they were going to do 3 Lovecraft films back to back.
Yeah.
And then they did Dolls instead of one of them. I think it was Dagon, probably, right? But first of all, you got a different cast because this was filmed, I think, at the same time.
I'd have to look it up. It was a fish one, but they did Dagon instead, but they wanted to do something else before. But
gotcha.
I almost want to say it sounded like The Pit and the Pendulum, but I don't think that it wasn't that. It was something different.
Yeah, I think another Lovecraft thing. So this one has a different cast because it was filmed, I think, near or at the same time as From Beyond. I think they literally used the same set, the same house set. But the cast is great. Stephen Lee, Guy Rolfe, Hilary Mason, of course, Stuart Gordon's wife, who's in almost every single one of these films. I love it. It's got this innocent quality to it where it comes across as it presents itself at first as a kid film with a little bit of a creep factor. Like, ooh, maybe we're getting into some R.L. Stein, Goosebumps type stuff, right? But no, they go full board. Like there's killing, there's murder. These are the creepiest dolls I've ever seen in a movie. Child's Play, Puppet Master, all of them owe a lot to Dolls. Dolls are just inherently creepy on their own. And I love all of the gags. The big teddy bear that like becomes this real monster, and just it's got this surreal fairy tale nature to it that definitely lets you know that Stuart Gordon can do the it's so crazy how similar something like his horror work is to something like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like a sci-fi horror concept, old school feeling, and funny and rambunctious. And Dolls kind of starts the bridge between his horror work into where he will eventually go with family with family movies and television.
Oh, I found out the name of that. It was The Shadow over Innsmouth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's another, it forms part of the Cthulhu mythos that H.P. Lovecraft did or whatever. Huh?
Yeah.
So, but I don't think anyone ever did that. He said that some black and white director thought about doing it back in the day. I remember him telling Mick Garris or something about it. But yeah, Puppet Master's dope, Kevin. I had a feeling you would like that one though. He said ReAnimator inspired metal and punk bands. It's funny, bro. A lot of horror does really inspire a big amount of the.
Look at the Misfits, man.
Yeah, bro. Like seriously, look at Alice Cooper, and so like he got lucky as hell, like to work in some horror movies just because everybody knew he was like, man, I'll do a soundtrack for a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
He got to he did the Jason movie, didn't he? Or was it a Freddy? He did a Jason movie soundtrack. It was Jason Lives. The soundtrack was done by Alice Cooper, right?
Oh yeah. He also did. He did a song on The Shocker. There was another one.
None of them are as good as Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I agree.
As a throwback to last night's stream, everybody, in case you missed the Big Trouble in Little China stream. Nick Castle in that song, everybody. So, Station for Nick Castle. There you go.
Station, and he does a good interview on that second disc too for the Big Trouble Little China. Dolls, bro. I think that's a masterpiece. This came before Child's Play.
Yeah.
So I would guarantee this was a huge inspiration to Don Mancini. And I absolutely just love this movie. I love at the end when he's like, after he's broken everything and the old people come down and he's like, you witch, and he's like, he found out, and he's like, it just wasn't, no, he didn't, he's just lucky or something. Yeah. But I love it, man. It's so funny, and it's a fairy to me. I've watched so much of the behind the scenes, and it's straight up, it's a fairy tale. Yeah. It's a fairy tale horror movie, man. And that's one I have so much fun with, bro. And I recently picked that sucker up on Scream Factory, bro. I'm jealous. I couldn't believe I found that, bro. Like, I got the dude to go down. He knew. He's like, well, my price is fair, but he was down to set. He wanted it. I was like, bro, I'll buy it now. And I had like a $20 off, so I was like, dude, I got him to go down like $15, and then I had the $20 off, so it was like half off, bro, because it goes for like $80, bro. I think I spent like $30 or something.
Yeah,
worth it, bro. You can't even get that shit on DVD, bro.
I know, it's hard to find.
It's annoying. At least it's on Amazon Prime though. But dude, yeah, I absolutely love this movie. This, honestly, I probably watched Dolls the most growing up. Obviously. Oh, yeah, I watched Dolls growing up the most. I love the fairy tale, like it's like the longest night in the world, or the storm feels like the longest night in the world, or something. It's just I love that entire vibe, and I always liked the girl in it too. And she never really did much after, if anything. And I always thought that she just seemed like so cute and like perfect, like just seemed like so believable, because it's kind of far fetched, like, do you like the elf people or whatever, but
yeah.
Love it, man. And then
they were wanting to do a sequel to this film, but it just never happened. But Stuart Gordon,
how it didn't happen when Child's Play was so popular and shit. I get Chucky, why that goes a little bit farther.
Yeah,
but
it says here that the initial storyline would have followed Judy and Ralph back to Boston, in which Ralph would have indeed married Judy's mother, and they would have all become a family, until one day Judy would receive a box sent from England, which would contain the toy makers Gabriel and Hillary as dolls. But the sequel never happened.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy that Puppet Master got made, but the sequels to Dolls didn't.
And
Like,
how many Puppet Masters?
they're still coming, bro. Like, but yeah, because I remember they were talking about that too. But it's just crazy, man. Like you get the guy who played Toulon in Puppet Master 3. He plays, the older gentleman.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say though about it. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. But
Okay.
Jay Six in the house.
Station.
But yeah, I just don't get why. I wish it would have got them sequels, man. It was dope as hell, bro.
Dolls is a great movie that belongs in print and easily accessible.
True that. Yeah, it bums me out that I just forgot what I was saying. But yeah, man, that movie is the best. And great score, I believe. I think Richard Band did the score on that too. And
no, Fusby Morse and Victor Spiegel did the music, but Mark Wahlberg, by the way, was the cinematographer in all these ones so far that we've talked about. And it did make money. It cost $2 million to make. It made $3.5 million.
That's right, because it cost a lot more.
Yeah, all the they had to do a lot of stop motion, and that's something they also did in like Robot Jocks and stuff like that. So
yeah, and that took a lot of time just for like even a couple seconds. So I know that was hard. But yeah, they even because they didn't have the scene with the eyes, with the girl with the poster that looks like the poster. So I had to go back and put that in, I think. Or no, Brian Usna said they weren't. And he's like, no, we got, if that's on the poster, it's got to be on there, just kind of like, he's like, we ain't going to have a ghoulie situation on our hands.
Well, that's the good thing, because so many of those VHS covers in the 80s had promises on the covers that were never revealed or, done in the movie.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that
ghoulies, you literally do have a little green shitter coming out of the little shitter. So
yeah. But yeah, man, I always love this movie. I think it's a really fun one. Straight up like fairy tale, man. And I think I wish it would have got some sequels, man. That's just the biggest bummer to me. But it's a great one shot.
It's literally not surprising to me that his next feature-length project was writing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids after this. Like, I think that somebody saw something in Dolls that could have been developed for a general audience. And I think then you go into Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, and then it hits a different level of success. And then he did Robot Jocks and then so on and so forth. But it's a good bridge between his horror career and probably what made him the most money was his Honey, I Shrunk the Kids bits, right?
Yeah. So wait, it always shows on his thing he wrote the script for the movies, because it shows I think he directed an episode for the TV show too.
Yeah, there was a TV show and he helped produce that, but he is the screenwriter of Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, and he was a producer on Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, because he created the property.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was gonna say he created characters. It's another great character that he created, that Brian Yuzna directed, that I was always telling you about, the dentist, and that came out in '96, right after Castle Freak in '95. But I love that movie, man. So much fun. But I know, so we skip ahead. So he does, like you said, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Story, then Robot Jocks, which he directed himself, and he did. Have
you seen that one?
No,
bro, you got to watch it. It's on Tubi.
Is it?
It's awesome. It's like, you remember the toys Exo Squad?
Okay,
the idea of people you remember in Aliens where they get in that machine and they fight mechanically or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I see pictures of it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that one. It's sci-fi though,
so that kind of reminds me of like a Pacific Rim, just like more.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, but it's really goofy, but really I think it's really good. So
okay, I'll check it, no doubt. I mean, if it's Stuart Gordon, I'm gonna watch it.
yeah.
I wish I could have done a little bit more. I just
Like we were planning on this episode to be a week later, that we would have more time to watch these movies. So I'm proud of what we did this week.
yeah. I mean, then he did. Well, no, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. That wasn't him, but the characters. He did a screenplay in '93 called Body Snatchers, but he didn't do anything besides a screenplay.
Also in '92, he did Fortress. That's when he did Fortress with Christopher Lambert.
What year was that?
In '92.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at his writing stuff. That's why.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Fortress in '92.
Yeah, because we skipped one in '91, man. Pit and the Pendulum. He directed that one. He didn't write it, but he directed it.
You got to talk. I knew we were missing one. I was going to say because you got to talk about that. Christopher Lambert and Kurtwood Smith and Clifton Collins Jr.'s in that.
Yeah, Fortress.
Fortress, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where Fortress is available right now, but it's a movie I don't really recall fondly. But I'm going to rewatch it this week.
Okay.
Because of this whole Stuart Gordon thing. I'm going to watch all the ones I didn't get a chance to revisit or watch, right? So, but Pit and the Pendulum, once again, I'm pretty sure that's David Paoli who did that one, and the whole crew, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Charles Band, Albert Band, Dennis Paoli. It's based on Pit and the Pendulum and Cask of Amontillado or whatever the hell. It's got Lance Hendrickson in it. It's got a whole different cast of characters we're usually used to. It's got music by Richard Band. And it's got Oliver Reed in it. Oliver Reed, of course, was not only his final performance, I think, was in Gladiator, the Ridley Scott film, but he was in the Hammer film, Curse the Werewolf. He was the werewolf. And that's one of my favorite werewolf characters. I think Hammer did a great job of creating a new version of Lon Chaney, but set more in that era. So I thought it was an interesting film. It deals with like the Spanish Inquisition, and Lance Hendrickson is playing this really messed up kind of like monk dude who's leading this charge in the Inquisition. And he's like accusing women of being witches and torturing them and killing them. And then he falls in love with one of them. And so it gets wrapped up in this whole thing, and it's okay, but I don't think it pushes envelopes like a lot of other Gordon films do. And I don't think it's incredibly captivating. It's interesting enough to watch. It's on Tubi. That's where I watched it. And I had never seen it before. I've always ever heard of it, but it was always really hard to find on DVD, right? But so it's on Tubi, and it's okay.
Yeah, movies are hard to find besides ReAnimator, bro.
Yeah, for a time there, I had everything on DVD except for like this one and the incredible ice cream suit, which is nowhere near horror. But I think it's interesting enough. And if you really want to do a super deep dive into Stuart Gordon, it's worth it. But it's probably one of the weakest films of his I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, I'll be checking it out.
It's got some good ideas.
Well, I enjoy Lance Henriksen, so I'll see. Give it a shot. But yeah, man. So you had to suffer through that one. It had and the funny thing is too, like it sounds like it could be interesting too. So but I can see, it seems like it'd be something hard to tackle though as well. Yeah.
It's got some cool ideas. So they accuse this woman. He kind of falls for her, and she meets a real witch or something. And it's got some cool elements to it, but it was not that enticing to me compared to like the other ones that we're about to talk to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can feel you. So, because you know which one we're going into now. 95.
95.
Castle Freak.
I just spoke on Pit and the Pendulum. So, what do you like about Castle Freak?
All right, I'm gonna tell you. So I love it. I believe it takes place, and I love it that it takes place in Italy. It's really cool to see like the Americans in Italy like that. And this castle is just incredibly, cool, man, and
yes,
creepy, bro, and just feels like endless when they're in like like the dungeon part or the basement part. I think the effects are crazy. dude, this creature, bro, when I was a kid, bro, scared the shit out of me, bro.
He
Like, I'm
still
telling you.
scares the shit out of me, dude. It's
Yeah.
the grossest, gnarliest looking creature out there.
Oh my God, bro. This might be the most effective movie for me, honestly. Like, that really gets me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I feel like, you know, like Eli Roth found his lining with Castle Freak and Cannibal Holocaust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, but I do like this movie. We get to see Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton be a couple, but more of really a struggling couple, really a couple on their that, you know, hanging by a thread.
Dude, it's very dramatic, is it not?
It really is. But I'd say it's probably, I don't know, I can't say how the Pit of the Pendulum was, but it's a little bit slower than, you know, like ReAnimator or From Beyond. It doesn't just dive right in. It dives right into the creature aspect, but then kind of like, you know, they give you a taste in the beginning and then you're like, wow, this is fucked up. But then they kind of pull it back and then build, and then they're in the house, you know, or in the castle, and then, you know, and then it kind of comes out. But I think it's really effective, bro. And it's just that, you know, it's Jeffrey Combs, like, just in like in another world, basically, bro. It's because, you know, he's looked at as a white man, and they're just basically, you know, all out for him, bro. Like, once they think that he's maybe killed one of their own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely love this movie, though, man. I love it. And it doesn't rate as high as the first, you know, 3 that he did, but it is a great movie, man.
Yeah, rewatching it this week, I think it's pretty solid, actually. I think Barbara Crampton, Jeffrey Combs deliver a really solid performance for what they're allowed to do here. The drama's a little bit melodramatic at times and a bit on the nose, but it works, you know, and the performances I find to be very believable, especially Barbara's.
Exactly.
Jeffrey gets a little bit into drunken buffoonery parody at times.
Yeah.
But he still has a compelling story, and I love the ending of the movie. And then it's a very tragic story about the actual monster, the title character of the Castle Freak. So there's this tragedy there, and there's this. So if you look at like something like Frankenstein, which obviously has inspired Stuart Gordon, because if you check out ReAnimator, it's so inspired by Frankenstein as well as Lovecraft, right? Who wrote ReAnimator, the series of short stories. But in Castle Freak, he does this tragic character, but there is no innocence about him. And like, maybe there's an innocence, but he's not giving us that quality. This is a monster, right? Who doesn't understand. And I have a very vivid memory of this one because one of my exes, when I had just recently started dating, the first time we actually moved in together, I'm just living like normal, right? So one afternoon, I'm just chilling and I'm watching Castle Freak, and she comes home early from work, and she literally comes up and walks into the room as I'm watching the bit where he's like biting the tit off of that woman, you know, and I'm just like, she just goes, "The stuff you watch is disgusting." But it is. He's pushing that envelope. And literally, it is. This is grotesque, and people should protest it, and people should be offended, right? But I have fun with it, right? Because let's go along for the ride. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. But it is pushing it a bit far.
Oh. Hell yeah, bro. He goes.
You thought ReAnimator, like when we did ReAnimator last year for Horror Fest, that was the winner of the poll of Let's Fuck J Strick Up, right? And here's what's funny is ReAnimator, aside from maybe Dolls, is one of the most tame Stuart Gordon films.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think Castle Freak would be more effective.
Castle Freak J Strick would never do a movie review with us ever again, probably.
I don't think so. I think that would fuck him up bad. That movie, bro, is wild, bro. It is something. And that creature, bro, is just
and they go so far as to make sure that you notice that he doesn't have a dick. It's so gross. It's in the intro in case you missed it, y'all. If you're like, what's that monster with the scraggly hair? Yeah, that monster is scary as hell, dude. And once again, they kill a fucking cat.
Dude, his goddamn thing and killing cats, bro.
No shit, right?
It kills
Because he
me.
does it again. It's coming up.
I think maybe Edgar Allan Poe hated cats too.
Yeah, a lot of people hate cats, but cats hate a lot of people. So let's be fair about it, I guess.
I hate seeing it in Masters of Horror, man, when they like gouge the eye out. That's so fucked up.
I mean, but that's part of it.
I know, but
you're not supposed to do that. More is more.
Yeah.
You can't say I love Stuart Gordon because he always pushes the envelope, but I hate when he pulls the eye out. Like, I don't mind when he kills all these children, you know, but when he fucking but when you fuck with a cat, you lose me, buddy.
I'd never protested anyways, but yeah, it's not one I watch all the time. I'll tell you. But a funny thing is, it just got remade and it's out on Shudder. The remake.
Yeah, I saw that it got remade.
Have not watched it. Don't really plan to. It's more about like a girl getting the house now, and she's blind. But she has a husband, so the whole blind thing is going to be an ass.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is the daughter is blind. That's one thing I don't like. Is it got very creepy to me towards the end. And here's one thing I do not like about the film is I don't need to see this like preteen girl with the like in her bra. Yeah. Like I don't like that. Like that's a little bit. I get that they're trying to show vulnerability there, and they don't do it to titillate. They don't. They do it to be like unnerving. But I think that's pushing it maybe a bit too far. And it's even literally on the movie poster, I think is
yeah, it is.
Yeah. And she's like supposed to be like, I don't know, like 15, 16. And I get this was made in Europe and there's a lot of things there. Yeah. But that's the image right there. But that's the only thing. And that's the briefest moment of the movie. If anybody needs to be seen in their bra in that movie, it's
and she also looks a lot older in that in that art.
Yeah, she looks very young in the film.
That's the thing. I mean, I guess she could. I mean, I guess maybe she.
I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but that's the one thing I just didn't really like. I guess I just thought.
Because I mean, even though because her parents would be taking care of her. She, she's still, no matter how old she is, she's still young. But even if she was like 20, I think she'd still be with her parents.
Yeah, but aside from that, I think the movie pushes things pretty far and. I think Combs and Crampton give a really good performance in the midst of it. And I think that creature is one of the best creatures out there. Maybe we'll talk about him next week. Who knows? Maybe. What's up, P Money? And yeah, it's on Tubi, Fable. There's a lot of Stuart Gordon on Tubi. They almost have every single Stuart Gordon film, almost.
Yep.
So, Tubi's your friend when it comes to Stuart Gordon. Just type in Stuart Gordon. It'll all pop up. Even a Lovecraft documentary that he's in, which is really good. Combs is also in a lot of Star Trek episodes, playing different characters. He's a fantastic role player. What's up, Perry Station? Past Break is worth it, though, I think.
It definitely is. I'm trying to think so they're
if you don't want to be unnerved, though, don't watch a Stuart Gordon film.
Unless you're watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, right. We're getting to the end of his career now. So after that, he produced The Dentist, right? He helped do that, right?
Yeah, he wrote the script. It was written by
then he did Space Truckers, which is a wild ass sci-fi film. Then he did The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit, which is a fantasy family type film, which I haven't
Dennis
seen.
Hopper's in Space Truckers. Dennis Hopper's in Space Truckers. He wrote and produced a movie, Progeny. I've never even. Oh, that's the Yuzna film, 99. I've never seen that. Have you? Oh, that's got Arnold Vosloo and Brad Dourif, the guy who played the Mummy.
Oh, that's awesome. We got to check that out.
Damn, yeah.
That's a cool movie poster, too.
I enjoy the Brian Yuzna stuff. It looks really cheesy.
Well, you want to do a whole episode about Brian Yuzna, and I'm down for it.
Yep, we can.
And then after that, he does yet another H.P. Lovecraft movie that is written by Dennis Paoli and produced by Brian Usna. But it has a complete different cast. So what happened in 2001, brother? And this was a Spanish film. It wasn't Italian. This one was Spanish. You pick up on that in the movie. Do you know what movie I'm talking about, Dylan?
No, you said 2000. Dagon. Yeah, sorry. I was on his writing stuff. I don't think he didn't write the script for Dagon.
No, Dennis Paoli did.
Yeah, bro. And I think that this was supposed to be a Wild West. This was supposed to be like a wait, William, is that right? No, I want to say I was gonna say I think this was supposed to be like set in the Wild West, but that's Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, bro, that was last night.
Yeah, I'm getting real messed up.
Now this is the horror show, Dylan. You're on your channel now.
Dude.
That's why you're over there, and I'm over here. No, but this is the third part of the Stuart Gordon, Brian Usna, Dennis Paoli Lovecraft trilogy.
Yep.
And I think it does it incredibly well. And I know I kind of shat on it last week. Well, last week when you were showing off your Blu-ray that you got,
yeah,
I kind of was like, well, have you seen it? And then like I remembered not liking it, but like I watched it this week. Dagon is fucking awesome, bro.
It's awesome. The skin peeling, bro.
Oh my god. That scene.
People hate on the remember the effects, bro, and I told the CGI effects, and
I do not mind that whatsoever.
Practical effects, bro.
And dude, that fucking mermaid tentacle chick or whatever, the creepiest, man. Like the eyes. There's something about those eyes. They're so scary. This movie is great. So it's got the dude in it. Is it Ezra Godin? He was in Dreams at Witch House. I'm sure we're about to hit Masters of Horror.
That makes me like Dreams of the Witch House even more than I already did.
He's such a dickweed in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, he's the rich, snotty guy.
I like him better in Dreams of the Witch House.
I do too. You're not supposed to like him in Dagon, right? Yeah. And the way that the story develops, it is this movie feels so damn tragic from the very beginning. When that woman stuck in the boat, right? And then it's just so goddamn sad. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And it ends terribly. And it's such a great interpretation, once again, of Lovecraft into the era. I do not mind the CG. I understand Spanish-made film, 2001, low budget. Big deal.
It's not even that bad either, bro.
Dude, the makeup effects make up for it. Like that whole town, they look so scary, so creepy. They're scarier than any zombie in any Tom Savini film. You get what I'm saying? Like Dagon is a damn near masterpiece. And I think that ReAnimator and From Beyond and Dagon, like anytime, anywhere, I'll watch them. Like those movies are fucking brilliant, bro.
That's why I had to grab it, bro. I remember like
no, I wanted
there was so much
like put that one out.
Vestron. So you can get that still.
Vestron? Like VESTRON? Yep,
VESTRON. Yep. Vestron Video. They were the ones who put it out. You don't remember Vestron Video?
I don't remember. I had the DVD of it, but I got rid of the majority of my horror DVDs years ago, so I could eventually get them on Blu-ray.
I just meant the company. They used to put out all those old school horror films, bro, like on VHS, like a lot of that direct-to-video stuff. Empire and Charles Band, they had a deal with Vestron, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely have checked out a Vestron film, I'm sure.
Yeah. You no doubt you have. No doubt. If you checked out like any indie horror film back in the VHS era, you watched one.
So what do you like about this movie, man?
Dude, I absolutely love the practical effects. I love that it's like a water sea monster one, and we don't really get much of that. And you know, like besides, we get Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is like mermaids, you know, like in that siren universe, but it's like even crazier than that because they make you think that they try to steer you. At first, they show that girl looking as a mermaid, and you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like some crazy siren stuff, but it's not even that, bro. It's like that Cthulhu mythos, because they also say when they're chanting, they say Cthulhu something. You know,
yeah,
like,
they're doing the Cthulhu Fatagan and all that shit, because it's a whole thing, and it's like I'm a big Lovecraft guy, and I've read a lot of his work, and these movies are not like direct adaptations, but I think they're great adaptations into like bringing it, like they deliver the feel, like going into like imagine what that's like. You're on a boat, right? All your communication gets thrown into the water,
right? And you're in the middle of like nowhere, bro. You're just in front of this like Spanish village,
and so you go get help, and everybody's fucking fish people trying to kill you.
They're fucking weird as hell. Like from the minute the guy, like you know, like you see the gills on his shit, and there's webbed hands, and you're like, what the fuck?
And then when you get to the end, man, how fucked
And the
up.
scariest part is when Drew Goddard, or you know, Ezra Goddard, you know, and tears drip from his eyes, and he's like, I don't have a choice, do I? And that's the scariest part. Where he has no choice, and because he's one of those like nerdy guys where he's all about statistics. Oh, I choice A or choice B or whatever. Like statistics.
Oh, dude, and he can't do anything in this movie for the first like 2/3 of the film. He's tripping, he's falling, he's inefficient, he's emasculated, right? Like his woman knows how to survive better than he does, right? And then he never gets to be the hero. That's the tragedy of this film, is he never gets to be the hero. His hero is accepting the fact that he's not, and it's all just shit. Why not though? I mean, why not become a weird fish creature and have sex with this woman, this beautiful woman? Aside from, I guess they're down, but like, why not then? I guess like sure. I'm just
fuck it. You could do a whole lot worse, dog.
Yeah, there's a whole lot worse endings in horror films, I guess.
Yeah,
I loved it though, man. I thought it was fantastic, and it's so effective. And Ezra, what's his name? Ezra Godin is fantastic in this film, man. And what a scary, like, it's scary if that happened and the people in the village weren't fish people, you know? Like, that would be a scary scenario to be in. So,
oh, hell yeah.
It's very effective.
And it feels like one of those Stephen Kings where it's just like claustrophobic, man. He's just on the run in the rain. Like, you know, it's like he has nowhere to go.
Dude, when he's being chased by the fish people and shit, like during that's a real, like that whole extended scene where he's like trying to like go through the alleys and hide. Like, that's amazing. He's trying to lock the door. He's got to screw the lock back in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Holy cow,
that
man.
Was crazy. I was like, that lock would. I was like, those screws wouldn't have held that good. I was like,
I'd be like, run! Fuck the lock, run!
Right. I know.
You know how much time you wasted trying to fix that lock? You had plenty of time to fix the lock. He still had to jump out the goddamn window.
Right. Oh,
just run. Just go.
Yeah. And the twist too at the end, where you know that he's like connected to to this whole like, you know, pagan occult or whatever the hell they are, man. I don't know what this fish occult, I guess.
Yeah, they're like the cult of like Dagon, you know, and they're trying to resurrect this god, and they're becoming, and it's very much in the Lovecraftian idea. This is one of the most Lovecraftian movies they made. They each have different aspects of it: the mad science, the interdimensionality of it, and then the cultish worship, and it's a perfect Lovecraft trilogy.
It really is, man. Great way to end it too. I love it, bro. I think it's so great. I'm so glad I got it. It's so like you know, it's just like out of this world, man. It feels like foreign, you know, kind of like how Castle Freak does, but it's just so fucking scary, bro, you know.
Yeah.
But
I have a lot of fun with Dagon. Dagon, by the way, is on Tubi as well.
Yeah, so. I think I like Dagon better than Castle Freak.
I agree.
Especially on a rewatchability, because it's just got phenomenal actors in it too. You know, like not to say Castle Freak doesn't, but they get it like with the drama. That's where it gets a little, you know, like I don't need to watch that every day.
I would agree with Sam Fett there, but I may put Dolls at number 3, and then I might put Dolls at number 3 and then Dagon at number 4.
Yeah.
But my number 5 would be a Masters of Horror, because I include those as movies because they're an hour long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what we'll probably be getting to next. I can't really speak on King of Ants. That seems like a shot on video type of movie. From what I saw, it seemed interesting. But
yeah,
I don't think
more of a crime movie, I guess.
It's not a horror.
Yeah, and then there's Edmund, which is a crime thriller, which I've never seen, but it's got William H. Macy in it. And it's got Julia Stiles in it and Denise Richards. That's interesting. I want to check that out. I think that's on Tubi as well.
Stuart Gordon got the same guy, Jordan Wendt, in King of Ants.
George Wendt, who from Cheers.
And he's also in his another Stuart Gordon Masters of Horror episode.
Yeah, he's an eater, isn't he? Isn't he an eater from Fear Itself?
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so he has Edmund, which is kind of a crime thriller, and then Stuck. Stuck was his final feature film in 2007, starring Mina Sabari, who I just have always had a thing for. But I have always been enticed by this film. I've never seen it. I'm probably going to watch it as soon as this ends, and then therefore I will speak on it tomorrow night's Rockin' Robbie Live. But Stuck is about a woman who is involved in a hit and run, and she just goes, and then her life just keeps getting more and more fucked up, right? Yeah. And I remember seeing this trailer all the time, and then I remember years ago looking up and realizing this is a Stuart Gordon film. And so I'm really enticed by that. And that was 2007, and it's sad, but that was his last film. Yeah, and even writing and television wise, his television work, which was Masters of Horror and Fear Itself, 2005 to 2008. I'm really excited to check that stuff out. Or I've watched it all. I'm excited to talk about it right now with you. Because you haven't seen Stuck, right?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to watch it tonight. It's on Tubi.
Nice. I might try to check it myself.
I really like Mina Sabari, so I looked her up today. I was like, what has she been doing? And apparently she's been doing Hallmark movies and shit.
Oh, really?
That's what everybody does now, man. It's the new horror movie is the Hallmark movie. It's cheap to make and it makes money.
Yeah, right? Especially around if it's a Christmas one.
Yeah, I think she did a Christmas movie. I think so.
Macy's and Edmund. That could be a good one.
Yeah, I think that one looks really solid, man.
Yeah, that does look good.
I think we're going to have to, when we do the whole what did you watch this week bit next week, I think we need to.
Oh, man, I knew we were missing something after we did our little talk about what was this week.
We've also done that at the end, but literally, bro, all I watched this week is Stuart Gordon films.
Because we're almost done. We just got Masters of Horror, and then we're done.
But that's all I watched this week, by the way, just so you know. With Stuart Gordon films. This is the only horror I consumed this week.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I actually did consume more horror than that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did. So, Dreams in the Witch House of Season 1 of Masters of Horror. Phenomenal.
I think it's one of the best episodes of Masters of Horror, period.
Yep.
And I think it is literally his best adaptation of Lovecraft into film.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah. Dreams at Witch House, that is so similar to the book or to the short story.
The first one he ever read too. He said when he read that in Chicago, during the hot ass summers, he closed the windows and shit. He's like, I was scared shitless, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Masters of Horror is on Tubi as well, or at least the first season is, so you can watch this one. But both of them are nice. But it's fantastic. It's got the same Ezra Godin or whatever from Dagon's in this. He does a great job because he plays this same type of role that was written for a Jeffrey Combs back in the day or a Bruce Abbott, but he plays it in a different way. And this is more involved, kind of like From Beyond, but it's more involved with the geometry of space, which I think is a fascinating Lovecraftian idea. And it is incredibly ambiguous throughout most of it. and then you also have a talking rat with a human head, but it all comes together, and he once again breaks the ultimate rule. You don't kill babies, you know? But this movie is, or this episode, it's an hour long. It's pretty much a movie, but if you haven't watched Masters of Horror, it's definitely worth it, all of it. And Dreams at the Witch House, I think, is one of Gordon's best works.
I agree, man. One of the creepiest too, man. Like, just the atmosphere of that movie, that whole apartment, or the boarding house that he's living in,
and that weird corner with the weird angles.
Yeah, and they all got holes in it for rats to come and talk to them and tell them that the witches got their eye on them. I think it's super effective, man. And it was because obviously, when I've watched Masters of Horror, I'd go through from first episode, and it's just you start off with Don Coscarelli's whatever
Incident on and off the mountain road.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Phenomenal. I love it.
We're gonna, by the way, one day do a whole episode about Masters of Horror, so don't worry.
No doubt. And then Dreams in the Witch House, bro. Bro, I love that. Such a great episode.
It's a great 1-2 punch, man.
And you just love Drew Goddard in this one too, man. Or Ezra Goddard. I keep calling him Drew.
Ezra Goddard. Drew Goddard is the guy that did the Daredevil show.
Yeah, so Ezra
Goddard.
He does great in this one, man. He's got a little beard. He doesn't look like a little nerdy. He is supposed to be like a college student that does seem to be a science nerd, but he I really enjoy his character.
I love the Easter eggs for Lovecraft fans, because I'm a Lovecraft fan, and in all of these films, it's Miskatonic University. Even in Dagon, even in this movie, they're wearing Miskatonic University shirts and stuff. And
oh, really?
Even if you look at my personal Facebook page, it says, for my college info, it says I studied reanimation at Miskatonic University.
Nice. That's cool.
I think Dylan froze. We have to do it one time per show. That's it.
It is an awesome remake. Your best friend from high school, it speaks true.
I fucking love that remake. I watched it in the theaters in 3D, man. It was so good.
It does not take anything away from the original.
The original's still better.
Awesome. I love that movie. I love that remake. I love both of them though.
Great.
Yeah. So, and then you get season 2. And we get what was that one?
The Black Cat.
The Black Cat, yeah.
The Edgar Allan Poe, because he's already done Edgar Allan Poe with Pit and the Pendulum, right? Yeah. And now he gets to do it again with the Black Cat, and Jeffrey Combs comes back and gets to work with Stuart Gordon for the final time.
Yep.
And he plays Edgar Allan Poe as the main character of the Black Cat.
And I think they wanted to do, I know in the beginning they wanted to do like a H.P. Lovecraft TV series or something, but I know he wanted to do more Edgar Allan Poe stuff too.
You're right. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was one thing Gordon always wanted to do was a series of like a Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side, but based on Lovecraft stories.
Yeah. And then I think it just kind of sweat since they did the movies over the years, and they didn't get to touch on the Edgar Allan Poe stuff as much. And they felt I know Jeffrey Combs has tried to get that, because now horror fans want him. If we're going to get Edgar Allan Poe, we want him.
Still,
I think he is fantastic. I just hate when they take the damn cat's eye out, man, and then you see the cat still alive. And
bro, but it's in the story, man. It's in the story.
I know, bro.
Yeah, I don't like it when they kill cats either, bro. Man. But
I'm a dog person, but
I'm a cat person, homie.
I still like the movie. I still like it though.
Actually, bro, I like all animals. Let's just be honest. I think animals are better than people, honestly. Yeah, right. Honestly. And so it sucks when they die in these films. And but
well, he's not really killing a cat, so.
Yeah.
Or disfiguring a cat
that we know of.
I don't
Something
think
is killing the kittens. Imagine that book. I'm going to write it. Something is killing the kittens. But I really like the Black Cat. I think it's very effective. I think the usage of Jeffrey Combs not just playing the main character, but playing it as if it's Edgar Allan Poe himself.
Yeah.
Right? Because he is the narrator and you hear his voice. And I think he does a great job with it. I think Jeffrey Combs is one of the most undervalued and underappreciated character actors that we have ever had. And like I said, he's done amazing work in Star Trek and all of these Gordon films. He was amazing. If you remember in the House on Haunted Hill remake from the early 2000s that had Taye Diggs in it. And Jeffrey Rush, right? But I really love Jeffrey Combs. He does a great job in this short film. And I think that with how he always brought Lovecraft into the modern age by doing Black Cat the way he did it, felt so respectful to Poe that I thought it was one of the best Poe adaptations onto screen that I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there's not that many, or good ones at least.
Some of the Corman ones from back in the day are really good with like Vincent Price. Like some of those are really good. Yeah. They literally have nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
Stuart Gordon literally adapts the story. Like I love all the Universal Black Cat. I love even more than this one, right? But it literally has nothing to do with the story. You know, the one with Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. Like I love that film so much, but it's nothing to do with the story. They just bought the title. You know, and that's what they did back in the day. Gordon did a great adaptation of Poe. And I love it. I think there's literally two of the strongest episodes in each season of Masters of Horror. Because I do think that season 2 is weaker than season 1. Is Dylan actually frozen? Because I don't know if he can keep that pose up. Yeah, Dylan's actually frozen. That was funny. So, yeah, we were talking about the Black Cat. After the Black Cat, Masters of Horror ended. It was on Showtime. They were able to do what they wanted to. They took it to NBC. It did one season as Fear Itself. And Fear Itself was okay, but very weak. Obviously, they had to put it on network television, so everything was stripped down. But Stuart Gordon did the one Eater. Eater was one of the better episodes of the series Fear Itself. Dylan, you totally fooled me because I thought you were doing a bit, but you were literally frozen.
I have to go back and see that.
Yeah, but Eater was the Fear Itself one that I thought was one of the better Fear Itself episodes, but they weren't necessarily strong because they were limited in what they could do. Don't do it's so sad that Masters of Horror couldn't continue on because that should have went 10 seasons. Bad. It should still keep going.
I would kill for something like that right now, bro. Especially by all the OG, guys, bro. Like, it's crazy. We got spoiled with that series, man. But I wish we could get more.
Yeah, no shit, because they literally were done by the Masters of Horror.
Exactly.
John Carpenter, Dario Argento, Toby Hooper, Don Coscarelli, Stuart Gordon, Taki, what's his name?
Takashi Mike.
Yeah, Miike. Oh my goodness, y'all. Like, we were spoiled. You're right, dude. And Larry Cohen. Mick Garris, of course, was the spearhead of the entire thing. Like, Masters of Horror, if anything, like 100%. This tonight should make you realize that not only is Stuart Gordon's backlog worth checking out, mostly available on Tubi, but Masters of Horror is. It's the best horror television series of all time, is Masters of Horror, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, bro.
And I think Stuart Gordon did some of the best ones. Look, you fooled everybody in the chat too. Stefan was like, I thought he was legit. I was like, good job, Dylan. Because you were like, and I was like, and I did it too. And I was like, damn, Dylan's really committing. He's not moving at all. There's no wobbling. Yeah, Fable, Masters of Horrors on Tubi. We said that, man. Pay attention, young man. I was there. My man Fable.
Yeah, though.
That's pretty much his career, man.
Yeah, and that does it for Stuart Gordon, bro. A phenomenal artist, bro. Like I can't say more. I mean, all of his movies got high praises. I mean, besides, one or two, but ain't nobody perfect. And for a guy with the little money he probably got for his movies, he did a hell of a job. So, what'd you watch this week?
Fucking Stuart Gordon movies, man. Well, I watched Pit and the Pendulum for the first time.
Yeah.
Lance Hendrickson is committed in the role, but there's just not a lot for him to do. It's kind of disappointing compared to the other Gordon films, but it is cool because I'm sure it was very exhilarating to him to film something as a period piece, because there's like dungeons and castles and all kinds of shit, right? I watched Dagon, I watched Castle Freak, I watched The Masters of Horror again. It was all Stuart Gordon this week, man. I watched the Lakers game Monday night, and then I watched them lose a couple times, so that sucked. But yeah, man, literally that's been it. I've been on this Gordon Fest and Big Trouble in Little China. Obviously, I had to watch that. But I've been hearing about this Psycho Gorman film, and I want to check it out. But I'm on a Gordon kick right now, so I'm going to watch the ones that I haven't seen yet, like Stuck and Edmund. So
I love getting on kicks, watch some cool stuff. Yeah, I watched Raw Head Rex, which I was bragging to you about, the Clive Barker. That they put it on Shudder this week, and I've been wanting to watch that again for a while because I never knew it was done, but that Clive Barker did the script though. I remember watching that back in the day though. I watched Chud 2,
nice,
aka Bud the Chud, which was absolutely hilarious. I actually really want to get the Vestron Blu-ray now because Vestron does that one too. I actually think I like it better than the first one, honestly. Like I'll watch the second one way more than the first one. Big Trouble in Little China, I watched a crap ton. Dagon and some of the Masters of Horror stuff. Yeah, I'll tell some of the other ones. So I'll get into show and tell. I'll go first because I don't got much this week.
I don't either, but show and tell doesn't always have to be what you got this week, right? You can always just show off.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, bro.
Man, I gotta take a whiz. I'll be right back, bro. Piss break. Hashtag piss break. You thought it was over, but you never know where you belong. You are the architect of your own life song. So always believe in yourself. Like the 1980s.
I'll be pissing while talking.
No, I'm not.
You're not going? Oh, he's like, I don't joke about a piss. Hashtag piss break. Yeah, though, definitely check out Masters of Horror. You'll enjoy it. There's some really good episodes in there. Fun to watch for the first time too if you've never seen. No, she don't. Yeah. What did I do to be worth it? But Robbie, man, he sure takes forever on his damn piss breaks. I'll tell you that.
You're fucking funny, bro. How long am I supposed to take? How long is it supposed to take a whiz, man?
I was done. I knew you were coming back.
I do it as quickly as possible, man. I'm sorry. It happens.
I'm kidding, bro. You did.
And people said you're worth it because it's a bit, bro. It's a PCP bit. Like, and that's the thing. You've been so out of it. You're like, if you're not doing a horror movie or a John Carpenter film, Dylan's like, fuck PCP movie night. I just want you.
Right. I watch plenty of your stuff. Actually, I watch your stuff more than any other probably comic creators.
Oh, shut up.
I promise you.
Me too.
Yeah, I know you watch yourself a lot. So what do you got this week?
For what? Show and tell?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 seasons, Stefan. 2 seasons of Masters of Horror.
I got this Blade figure.
You showed that off before on PCP.
Bro, whatever, man. Who cares?
Yeah, I never watched. So how do I know you showed that off on a live stream on Sunday?
All right. Anyway, I always show off my Blade toys, but thank you for watching.
No,
there is my ReAnimator. I got the Arrow edition.
Nice.
So always nice. I know you have this, Dylan.
Yeah. I thought you got it in the box though.
No, I don't have it.
Is yours a 2-disc?
No, mine's 1 disc. Is there a 2-disc of this?
I think there was, bro. And it had the see, ours comes with the unrated, and I think there's another one that just comes with like the theatrical version or something. So
well, anyway, that's the one I got, and I like it.
You know how Arrow does like the big box set?
Yeah,
yeah. That's what it is.
My DVD was in a box set that came with a highlighter that glowed and it looked like the reagent in a syringe.
Yeah,
and I gave that DVD to Brooks. I bought this a while ago, but just showing it off. There's my sleepaway camp.
Nice.
Building up the 80s slasher collection.
Dude, that went up in price, so you're good. Good thing you got it. I wouldn't doubt it. It's got to go out of print soon, bro. The 2 and 3 are long gone, and they're like 80 a piece. It sucks.
So we were talking about Edgar Allan Poe adaptations earlier, and we were talking about the Black Cat, and I like to throw in some Italian horror. So there's my 2 Evil Eyes Blu-ray.
Sick. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I bought it when it first came out, and so I still have it. And speaking of Italian horror, I got to show off another Blu-ray. There's my Zombie.
Nice. With the slip.
Ultimate Edition.
With the slip.
I've been learning the score on the synthesizer, and I can play a lot of it now. So that's really, really cool. Also, there's one of my H.P. Lovecraft books. I have a complete collection, but I can't show it off because Brooks is borrowing it. But this has artwork by Mention 3, some really great dark Lovecraftian artwork, and some selected short stories of Lovecraft books. Very worth checking out. Speaking of books, there's a book called Real Terror that I have. It's like a history of horror. Some really good stuff, including there's like these nice photo pages. So really cool stuff. That's a really solid book. And speaking of horror books, this is one of my favorite ones I have, Dylan. It's a Hammer Films exhaustive filmography. This lists every single Hammer film and tells you about them with pictures.
Wow. That's cool.
The entire history of Hammer right there.
It's like the Hammer guide book right there.
It's a Hammer guidebook. Speaking of guidebooks, Francisco Francavilla is one of my favorite artists. And here's a Archie art of Francisco Francavilla. I point this out because he does Afterlife with Archie. So he's got some really nice zombie type stuff there. I met Francisco Francavilla in 2019 when comic conventions were a thing. And I bought this from him. And that's Dario Argento by Francisco Francavilla. It's signed.
Damn.
So that's super cool. I got to get that framed. And lastly, I showed this off last week, but I did open it up. And there's my Jason Final Chapter NECA figure.
Final Chapter?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I opened it up, and I was really, really pleased with this one. It's a nice definitive Jason look for the early half of the films, right? But I really am super excited for the New Blood one because that's my Jason. And plus, I did get once again that Officer Mac pop, and not horror related, but I did get this starting lineup Michael Jordan, and finally I got one Blu-ray this week. It's not horror, but it is the Southland Tales Arrow collection, and it came all busted up on the bottom. See how that's all missing?
Yeah.
And I requested a return, and they were like, "Yeah, just drop it off at Whole Foods, and we'll send it to you." And then they were like, "But we can't." They were like, "Estimated delivery March." And so I was like, "You know what? I'll just fucking keep it. I'm never going to sell it anyway. I love that movie so much." So that's what I brought.
I know you do. Really? Wow. You should do UPS pickup, and UPS will just come and get it.
No, I mean, I don't mind dropping it off at Whole Foods. It's on my way to work. Like, I work across the street from a Whole Foods. This is my shop. But, like, they told me they can't give me a replacement until March.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Even though I already have the previous Blu-ray version, this
this is what I'll do.
This has more special features, and it has the extended cut of the film.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that. When they restock, bro, just buy another one and send the broken one back if you really care.
I don't think I care, really. I think I'm just going to keep it.
Oh, well, I got this. I don't know if you got this week.
No, I didn't notice.
I wanted it to go with my Invisible Man. I want to try to get all the Universal monsters on like the magazine if I can. And it just they got cool stuff in here, you know. They dive into, you know, they get into a lot of the indie stuff. There's actually gonna be like a Barbie and Kendra Save the Tiger King, only available on DVD, and it's like I'd have never known about that if it wasn't for this magazine.
That's the best horror magazine out right now, man.
It truly is, man. So that was just, I want to get, you know, support, you know, stuff like that, bro. I actually recently just purchased from Ariscope, which is Adam Green's production company. Can
we not do one of these shows without you fucking talking about Adam Green and jerking him off, man?
You can't, bro, because I just got this week, bro. But I ordered.
What is that? That's an awesome cover.
Chillerama. This is basically a love letter to drive-in movies. Bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's a wraparound anthology film where these kids are going to the drive-in, and the guy from Hatchet 1, I can't think of his name, the goofy chubby guy with a little mustache.
That's Joe Pesci.
No. Let me see.
It's Bob Hoskins.
Nope. I don't know, but Adam Rifkin works in this. He did Adam Rifkin, the director of Detroit Rock City or whatever. He directed a thing in here. One of them's called Wadzilla. Dude, what? What's your problem with Adam Green, bro?
Nothing. I was screaming out Alistair. I was looking for my son.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie is freaking hilarious, bro. It's so much fun. I'm not that crazy about one of the stories. It's like so listen, Robbie, one of these are the stories. One's called The Wraparound is Zombie Movie, like zombie movie. And it's like, that's the one that takes place at the drive-in. Then there's Wadzilla, which is basically about like a sperm. Do you see the cover? You see that monster?
Yeah.
The Chioda brothers created a sperm monster, and it basically like it basically is like a love letter to like the monster movies in New York when like you know what I'm saying, but it's like a Wadzilla, like basically a big ass sperm.
Yeah, Wadzilla. I get it.
And you got the Diary of Anne Frankenstein, and then you get Kane. That's Kane Hodder right there, the black and white.
We were talking about Stuart Gordon being tasteless.
That's Kane Hodder as Frankenstein, and that is hilarious, man.
The Diary of
you
Anne
get Kane Hodder,
Jesus
and then you get Joel David Moore. Do you know who that is? Joel David Moore.
No.
He plays. Dude, he's hilarious. If you see his face, you'll know him. But he is in Hatchet 1, and he's in Shark Night. I don't know. You ever see Shark Night?
Of course not.
But yeah, he's one of the guys in there. But yeah, he plays Hitler, and
Jesus.
this is him right here. He plays Hitler and Frankenstein.
What's this called?
Rips his
What's this called
arm off.
again?
Chillerama. We're reviewing it, bro, for the Adam Green. So get ready. It's on Prime.
Are we?
Yep. We're doing Adam Green, so you have to watch all of his
You better
stuff.
send me the next fucking 5 episodes, brother, so I can start watching.
So
You
I
haven't
got
sent it to me yet.
this came out after Adam Green did Hatchet. This is Joel David Moore, bro.
Yeah, it just looks like an 80s emo new wave.
All right, whatever. But this is Spiral. Funny thing is, Zachary Levi, Shazam, is in this. This is basically Joel David Moore and Adam Green. This is like a love letter to Alfred Hitchcock, bro. Like what they do in this, it's a phenomenal movie. It's a thriller. It's not like a horror. It's a thriller.
It's phenomenal.
I love it, bro. It's a great movie. Shocker.
Nice.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah. I thought you did. Yeah, you better love that movie.
Bro, you better love that movie. I was there. Fuck you, young man.
Bro, Peter Berg, bro. Like, I love him in this. But, you know, Mitch, what is it? Mitch Delaney or whatever? I forget how you say his name.
Delaney.
Mitch Pileggi. I was gonna say like Galeggi or something. Also got this because this, bro, I think this is going out of print soon because I know 3 is like really hard to find.
Everybody's getting that right now, man.
It's super cheap right now, bro. Get it. They said there was only a couple copies left and it said order soon. It didn't say they were getting more. So the sad thing is I ordered 2 and both of them, the case came cracked like yours. Yeah. And the DVD was all fucked up. So I was like, no, I'll send it back. The second one came broken the exact same way, bro. Luckily, the DVD, the Blu-ray was fine, so I just switched the cases. I'm like, I'm just sending the other one back. But Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins, bro.
I know, man. I've heard a lot about it, man. Everybody in my movie groups on social media are like talking about it.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, Assault on Precinct 13. It's $13 right now. The John Carpenter one. The Screen Factory. Huh?
The Shout Factory one?
Yeah, $13. Get it, bro, before it goes up.
I got Rent this week. Don't tell me that.
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me that.
Well, it might be good. It might be good for a week, but Escape from LA, bro, it's been like $30. It dropped down to like 22. So I had to snag it.
Worth it. Below 20 for me, but it's not worth above 20 for me. Not Escape from LA. I'm sorry.
Dude, it's always 30, and it was a limited time.
It's not a good fucking movie, though, man. Let's be honest.
I'm gonna spend the $5. It's $5 extra you're griping on. So that's why I just did it. Last thing, this is out of print, and luckily I put in an order, and it said temporarily out of stock on Amazon, and I did it, and I got lucky, and a week later they sent one, and I was like, thank God, bro. It's Tales from Halloween, basically an anthology horror film. It's actually recent, but for some reason it's out of print right now. So I wanted to get it. It's on Amazon right now. And basically, dude, it has like 10 stories on it, and it has all by different directors. It's the ultimate Halloween anthology. 11 top directors, 10 chilling tales, 1 unforgettable Halloween night. And there's some really cool, creepy ones.
What's that called?
Tales of Halloween.
Okay. It's on Amazon.
Adam Green plays a cop in it.
Adam Green's in it.
Yeah.
Of course Dylan's schooling me on horror. This is why it's Dylan's horror show and not Robin's horror show.
Lynn Shay is in this too, though.
Who?
Lynn Shay.
Is he in Cheers? Who the fuck are you talking about?
The old lady from Insidious.
Yo, I just want you to know, all Dylan, like if you watch the stream with me, Bueller, and Bob and Dylan stopped reading comics, and all he does now is just fucking watch the most obscure horror films.
I read a whole stack of comics so that I could be.
You read them this afternoon.
And Bob was still there. No, I was just behind, bro. Sorry.
Bro, I'm fucking Josh back. It's okay.
Josh back. Yeah, but that's all I got.
That's pretty cool.
You know what? These aren't new, but I just recently found these and I pulled them out. I showed you the Shark Knight. I the OG King Kong, which this is like a 2-disc special.
I had that DVD.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah.
And I found this. This is like a double feature. When a Stranger Calls and Happy Birthday to Me, the original When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, nice.
So I've been really wanting to see the Happy Birthday to Me. So
Happy Birthday to Me is awesome, bro.
that's why I really want, because I remember seeing
I love both of those films, but I don't own them. Is that still available?
I don't know. I've had this for years, and I found I found the disc. I found the case, and I was like, oh, I know where the disc is, because I told you my mom put a lot of the discs in cases. I wouldn't doubt that you could still easily get this. I mean, I just don't.
Probably better versions of both of them, though, right? Like separately, maybe.
Well,
Happy Birthday to Me is really. That was a cover that was a VHS cover that always stood out to me, because it was the dude with the
I think
there's stuck in his face, right?
There's a VHS like cover of that one,
yeah.
And it's like a retro VHS cover. I remember I was gonna get that before, but I was like, I could have sworn.
I still want to get that Beastmaster and Fade to Black, man.
Me too. I got it. Well, you gotta do it soon, because that Fade to Black is getting low. Well, not for you, because you want the other one. For me, I gotta order it soon.
They'll go out eventually, but I'm just waiting on Joe to send me my 1200, 1400, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. For sure. Well, that's what I got for you, man. No, I still get comics, but I wasn't reading. Like, I was behind on so many, and it was just, I want to get some Blu-rays and comics. I want to get them both.
Dylan knows that we're still doing the monthly show, so he's going to start reading comics again. Plus, horror comics or something every week, and what was there any horror comics this week?
Oh, yeah, Joel David Moore is in Dodgeball. I always forget that. I love Dodgeball.
Who is he in Dodgeball?
Oh, he plays the really like geeky guy. Like he's like who's Pirate Bill or whatever. Remember, he's like because everybody Pirate Steve or whatever. He's like,
oh yeah,
Pirate Steve. Yeah, and he's like Pirate Steve. They're like the guy who dresses like a pirate. He's like, really?
That dude's in fucking Avatar. But the biggest thing isn't he the dude in the Grandma's Boy?
I think he is in that. Let me pull him up, bro.
Is he the dude that plays JP in fucking Grandma's Boy?
I don't know. Yeah, JP. I'm trying to think of who JP was.
Oh my god, was he the guy that played? It is. It's the guy that played JP in Grandma's Boy. He's like, how did he see me? It's the same guy. That's
yeah. The gamer, the big gamer. Yeah. I was trying to think. I can't remember. The game designer.
Yeah.
He's like, or whatever. Please talk to me.
Yes. Sit on my face.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love it. We both like comics and Blu-ray, and we also like toys, y'all.
Yep.
We got a horror comic show coming up. We're just waiting on Strickland to be ready. Yeah.
Next week is the creature feature, which I might see if Scarpat wants, if he's free, because he was asking that.
Earlier, he said no, of course not. So if he's available, hell yeah, bring him on.
I gotta IG him.
Do you want to have a bro fest with Scarpad? Do I need to dip out for a week?
No, what the hell?
Just let me know,
bro. You're always on. I thought you wanted to have a guest every now and then. Wanted him to come hang out. You're trying to get out. You're already done. You're like, I shouldn't have committed to this.
Bro, I'm happy with committing to this. No, I'm ready. What are we doing a top 10 creature features? Or are we doing a top 10 creatures in features? What are we doing?
You actually froze. What'd you say? Stop messing with me, bro.
What are we doing? Are we doing top 10 creature feature movies? Top 10 creatures in features? What are we doing? And did I really freeze? I'm fine now. Can you see me?
No, I can't. Top 10 favorite creature features.
So what's a creature feature? Explain it to me.
I told you, bro. It's the
Explain it
dang
to the chat.
monster.
I'm giving you.
Dang, I know. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, it's basically just my like mutated monsters or animals and stuff like that. I mean, anaconda could be one. I mean,
Here's the thing: we said no established lore already, like no
yeah,
vampires, no werewolves. They don't count with what we're talking about. We're talking about monsters that are not.
yeah, because we're gonna do a separate thing for vampires and a separate thing for werewolves. So that's why, like, dude, Rawhead Rex, that'd be a creature feature. I mean, there's so many. I mean,
Well,
like,
here's something. Does is Hatchet a creature feature?
yeah,
Yeah.
kinda. No, I'd say that. Well, I'd say that's more of a monster movie.
Oh well, Pumpkinhead's a monster movie, but is it a creature feature?
No, yeah, he's like a creature. But see,
Okay.
Victor Crowley's like a human. That's like a ant. You know, like Pumpkinhead's different. Victor Crowley's more has human. Like he's a human. He's like a deformed human. He's like the elephant man.
Tremors.
Tremors would be one.
Critters.
Critters would be one.
Okay. I think I'm digging. Killer Clowns, no, because they're aliens. But critters are aliens.
Yeah, see, I'd say you could add killer clowns because they're not human though. I mean, I guess they're like some. I don't know. They are aliens, but I don't know. We're not gonna do some alien. We're not gonna do our favorite aliens. So
arachnophobia.
Yeah, eight-legged freaks. I mean, you could do alligator. Do you remember alligator?
Yeah.
Like
Placid.
Yeah, like Placid. Jaws.
Okay. Yeah, Jaws. Okay, I get where we're going with this.
Yeah, just like like monsters.
Cujo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like mutated animals and stuff. Yeah. Like I mean, everyone thinks like when you hear
Carnosaur. Did you ever see that in the 90s?
I mean, Tammy and T-Rex, man. Come on.
I haven't seen that. Is that the Denise Richards one?
Gremlins is one. Yeah, that's the Denise Richards one.
If Gremlins is a creature feature, then we know what my number one is already. I'll just be like, number one, Gremlins. I've talked about it 80 times.
I mean, that Cellar Dweller. That's one I'd say. I mean, there's a bunch. There's like The Prophecy. There's Grizzly. I mean, there's a bunch of. There's so many movies where they had animals or spiders or like a freaking rabid raccoon coming at you, or they even got freaking zombievers.
I gotcha.
Mimic. Yeah.
Mimic.
Yeah, so that'll be what next week is, man. So
nice.
That's what you gotta look for. You got to look forward to. I know Robbie's got something he could tell you he's got coming out this week before we get out of here.
Tomorrow night, Rockin' Robbie Live, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be doing a movie review of Stuck by Stuart Gordon because I'm about to go watch that right now. Species are aliens, though, right? So that's Sunday night, Rockin' Robbie Live. Also, we're doing Marvel in the 90s. We're going to be focusing on Biker Mice from Mars, number 1 from Marvel Comics. We're going to be doing a top 5. Haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but you'll always know that we have a grand old time on Rockin' Robbie Live. And then Tuesday night, weekly comic book review. Wednesday night, Talking Comics Live. Who's my guest this week? I don't know. I haven't gotten them yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with Brooks this upcoming week. So I think we need more Brooks on the channel sometimes. Thursday night, I'm going to be joined on the channel with Chaos and Comics. He's joining us for Rockin' Robbie Live with Chaos and Comics. Nice. And then Friday night, PCP movie night, Boys in the Hood. Are you going to be on Boys in the Hood, Dylan?
I'm going to try to make it, yeah.
Boys in the Hood, I know, is a great movie, and I think it's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been watching that since young buck, bro.
Yeah, and then next week on Dylan's Horror Show, Creature Features, and I get where we're going now, and I'm excited. But
where you were going like a couple of days ago. I thought that was for them.
Creature feature means a lot of different things, bro. It typically means anything.
Well, because everyone just thinks Creature from the Black Lagoon. So I know I don't know. I was just trying to
if you look it up, it's literally just says a monster movie. Like Creature Feature in particular means a show on television like Svengoolie or something that's like where they play monster movies.
Yeah.
Right? That's a Creature Feature. So when you said
Yeah.
creature feature, I was like, what do you mean, like favorite monster movies? But that's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I
Yeah.
get where we're going. I think you want animal creature movies, like,
Yeah.
and I think you can do.
Well, see, I would say I agree that the werewolves would go in there too or something, but I figured we're gonna do
the whole thing
our own thing for werewolves. So it's like, why? I mean, if there's one that you really want to add in there, if it's just like, you know, it's just I just don't want to have a whole list of werewolf movies. That's the thing. I want it to be. I want you to kind of go out a little bit more out there.
If you do changeling movies, that's a werewolf thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird thing. You don't want to cover the same ground so many times, right? I get it.
Yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. It's always great to see everyone. Sam, Fett, Fable, Chamaro, Herminio. We had Jim come in here. I know my boy Kevin was here. We had a lot of good people all in here all tonight. Stefan, can't forget my boy. Let me see. I'm trying to go up higher. See who else was here. Yeah, dude. Comic crazy. But the first guys I said, they've been here the entire time. So,
and Cat's Eye. That's a great creature feature, isn't it? They're kind of changelings, but I don't know if that counts because they're human, right?
The Sleepwalkers.
Yeah,
remember that one?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
That's a good creature feature one. You know,
okay. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, you get it. I think.
Does Ghoulies count?
Yeah.
Okay.